welcome. One thing that I am starting to notice more and more over time is that nobody cares. And I don't mean that in a negative way, but sometimes you find yourself in certain situations where you're feeling sorry for yourself and you expect other people to help you or like to care there for you. Yes, you're gonna find people like that, but how many people like that are in your life, and how many people are gonna sit down, listen to all your sad stories and hold your hands and cry with you and help you figure out your stuff? Like, that's rare. If you have someone like that, you're very lucky. But in general, people don't really care. Like, everybody has their own stuff that they need to sort through, their own traumas, their own problems, their own lives. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like up to you to take responsibility for what's going on in your life and hold yourself accountable instead of sitting down and feeling sorry for yourself or waiting for someone to rescue you. And I really try to explain this to some people that I know, but I'm not sure if they understand yet. But if you can relate, you can feel free to drop a comment. But it's like, I think it's something very, very important to recognize, especially when you're starting out or when you're in a situation that's really bad, is that nobody is gonna rescue you. Whether you're in an abusive relationship, whether you're in a tough financial situation, whether you're trying to figure out your education, whether you're at work trying to figure out your next move or whatever, like, nobody is gonna hold your hands for you. Maybe your therapist or whatever, but in general, nobody cares because everybody is just in their own little bubble thinking about their own problems and their own stuff. So nobody's gonna hold your hand, and that's something I really not had to grapple with, but that's something I've came to realize, is that if you don't save yourself or desire change for yourself, your situation is not going to change. A lot of the time, sometimes we're not even aware of that. Like, in some situations, you have people who are, they might be aware of the situation, and then they're in denial about it. It's a very general statement, but like, they're in denial about the situation. But until you can accept your role in it and recognize the part that you're playing in this situation, you're not really gonna evoke that change in your life. First you have to become aware of it, then you have to accept it, and then the change might begin. But if you don't do that for yourself, nobody's gonna do it for you. Nobody. Not even Jesus, not even Allah. Like, I'm sorry, I don't want to bash religion or people's beliefs. If you do take your religious beliefs very seriously, it's not to take away from that. But even if you are a spiritual or religious person, you still have to take accountability and responsibility for your life, because there's only so much praying and hoping that you can do to get yourself out of a situation. So anyways, that's just my little take, and I hope it makes sense, because it's something I see that some people struggle with. you know, and they have this sense of entitlement that, you know, other people are supposed to help them the way they think other people are supposed to help them. But nobody cares. Nobody cares. And I mean that in the most positive way. And you really have to figure yourself out and help yourself. And help yourself. Anyways, thank you for listening. I'll see you in the next one.